What's up, high school leaders? Just wanted to send you guys a quick video and just tell you guys how much I have truly loved the feel of how high school has been going the first 2 weeks of our new program. I think the students love it. Hopefully, you guys have loved it. The cool thing is there's actually been some people who've returned to groups, and I don't know if it's because of this structure or they're just coming back. I always have this kind of in the back of my mind of what happens when a group moves from middle school to high school, because there's a lot of kids that come in middle school just because it's a lot of energy, it's fun, but then when their life picks up in high school, they kind of they taper off or they get busy with other things. And what's been really cool to see is your guys' intentionality in creating this community with your groups that has made the groups stay together. And I love specifically, like I know for maybe some of the senior and junior groups, like we started smaller there. So it's a little bit hard to be like, yeah, I mean, if you started with a group of maybe 10 and now it's like 7, it's hard to be like, yeah, this is a great win because the group just didn't have a lot of momentum going forward. But more specifically, talking to some of those 10th and 9th grade groups, which, in middle school you saw sometimes them be 30, but now those groups are still a healthy 15 to 20, and even kind of giving you good direction and ability just to like have that energy in your group and have this community that's been created. I really love that. And so I want to encourage like whatever we have to do to promote as much health as possible in our groups. And for you guys too, like if you know someone that's come to your groups over the years that hasn't been in a while, like sometimes the only thing separating them from being back in group is just a simple text like, hey, I'd love to see you back. I know it's been 2 years since I've seen you, but we've got this new structure that I think you'll really love, and tell them a little bit about it and why you'd hope for them to be at groups. Sometimes all it is, that simple invite is enough to make someone say like, yeah, I want to be involved and back as a part of this. So that'd be my encouragement there. I like getting a regular feedback from you guys. So if you continue to fill out those feedback forms, which are in your folders, out of the second sheet, they're on the back side of the small group, the leader roster and where each group meets. So if you guys continue to do that, and then also if we could, I know some of your groups go long, and that's totally fine. But if we could, like maybe do like a quick leader meeting at like 9:05, just for a couple minutes, just talking about here the night went, here's some wins, talk about things like that. So you really look forward to that. Next week we are doing the story of the prodigal son. I'm really looking forward to it. It's just going to be a gospel message and talking about how the gospel message and God's love is countercultural to everything else we've experienced. It is the only never failing perfect love that we'll experience in our lifetime. Just talking about how that in itself is countercultural, and really just laying out the gospel message and be like, do you want to be a part of this? Like that is why we're here, is that you could learn this and walk with God. And so the encouragement would be to find out with our students, do you like, is faith not just something you do, is religion not just something you do, but is Christ actually the center of your life? Are you walking with him day in and day out? Have you made a personal decision to be committed to following God above everything else in your life? And so that's our hope, that we get that on Wednesday night with the students. So I hope this has a huge impact on just our group as a whole, and I hope you guys have some good conversations in groups. I also want to ask, I'm going to send out the link for camp. If you guys know that you're planning on going to camp, what would be really helpful is if you just register as a leader. That would be great. And then if you know anyone that could be a work crew parent, we've had some of this a number of people who've been work crew parents for us in the past, but if you have anyone that you're like, hey, maybe not a leader, but they'd love to come to camp in some volunteer fashion, would you send me their name or even a group chat with them or something, just because we want to get as many work crew as involved as possible. You can actually just have them sign up with the same link as work crew if you want. If you know like this person's in and they would totally do it and they're safe, then feel free to add them and sign them up. But I really just couldn't be more pumped about how things are going and the direction that specifically high school is headed, and just the cool stories and the way that God's going to work through you guys and through your groups over the next year. So really looking forward to it. Can't wait. And thank you guys so much for giving up your Wednesdays to love students the way Jesus does. See you guys next Wednesday.